Hey guys, my name is Bailey and welcome back to the Play on Footy YouTube channel. Today we're going to be looking at the father and son controversy that was brought up by Kane Corns on SEN Sport. This was in relation to the Andrew Bassett, St Kilda CEO comments at the Best and Fairest the other night, where he said that the father and son prospects and program is grossly unfair as a system as a whole, favours the rich and northern clubs. However, he admitted that the reason for the lack of success was purely on the club itself. Kane then goes on to say, which I find this rather interesting, he summarised Bassett further by saying clubs should have to pay a fairer price for father and son academy prospects. Academies and father and sons are going to make St Kilda's climb to the top a lot harder to achieve in the future. And then he ended on the fact that you can't have a premiership winner, i.e. the Brisbane Lions, get Will Ashcroft's brother for peanuts, whilst also getting Will Ashcroft 2 years beforehand for peanuts as well, who has gone on to win a premiership, and Norm Smith ultimately. And I find that really interesting because Kane's not too far off the mark. And I did a little bit more research into father-son, and I found out that Collingwood have had 12 father and sons since 2000. I couldn't really find any St Kilda players, to be honest with you. And so it was brought up to Kane's attention. His co-host said, well, if St Kilda had more father and sons, do you think Andrew Bassett would come out and say that? And Kane basically diverted and said, well, look, literally, you've got all these northern academies, and even in the south with Sydney and GWS, you know, it really is a blight on the game. It's really taken the equality and just basically separated it all. It's very unequal in terms of what is actually fair these days with the father and son, not even to mention the academies and what the AFL's been trying to push for such a long time. My view on it is that, well, having done a little bit of research and found there was 12, and I can read you the names of Collingwood players: Jason Cloke, Cameron Cloke, Braden Shaw, Heath Shaw, Travis Cloke, Jackson Barham, Darcy Moore, Callum Brown, Josh Dacos, Tyler Brown, Will Kelly, Nick Dacos, and that's 12 since 2000 for Collingwood. And so I think, you know, when you look at it like that, you know, even Eddie Maguire was poking fun at Isaac Heaney when Isaac Heaney won the Lexus on Channel 9, I think it was on the Footy Show, and he was saying, Eddie Maguire was saying, well, we don't really like academies. And this is from a former CEO or president of the club of Collingwood that's had 12 father and son picks. So I find that really interesting. And I just wanted to mention as well, with the academies, the Lions have roughly 220 kids in their academies, the youngest being 12 years old. Gold Coast spend about $500,000 in conjunction with the AFL to run their academies. GWS have 700 kids in 12 locations for their academies, and the Sydney Swans have 600 kids in about 9 locations for their academies. So I know I've been talking about father and son, and this is what was raised by Andrew Bassett, but then on top of that, you've also got academies that have just got a massive talent pool to choose from. Now, these academies have been brought in by the AFL to widen the net of the sport, to get people like Isaac Heaney, who did have a rugby background, to come and play AFL. And, you know, it's working. There's a lot more of a pool, a great more volume of you know, young kids to choose from, to develop, to put time into, and then to make them AFL ready. And I think that's what the AFL have done, and that's why you've seen, I guess, you know, Brisbane Lions come up with winning the premiership this year. They're probably going to win the premiership next year. I don't see why they can't. And they've got obviously a very good list and a lot of depth there. And as Kane says, you know, you can't have Levi Ashcroft for peanuts, and because you got Will Ashcroft 2 years ago for peanuts, and now he's a premiership player, Norm Smith, even after doing an ACL. So that just goes to show the power there, and not to mention as well the Fletcher brothers. So the Fletcher brothers went to Brisbane. Their dad played for Brisbane, so there's another father and son gift to the Brisbane Lions as well, which has ultimately done them more good than harm. So look, what do you guys reckon? Comment down below, like and subscribe. What club do you support, and what father and son prospects have come to your club? And what do you think of the whole, I guess, father and son situation? Should there be more, I guess, parameters around that for clubs to be confined to? And also with the academies, what do you think is going to happen? We still have Tasmanian Devils coming in 2028. So what is going to happen there? It's just going to make the clubs like St Kilda and Richmond further away from the competition, and it's going to be really, really difficult, I think, to A, keep a hold of talent, and B, I guess, compete. So yeah, comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.